Hi, hello, and welcome to the Revolving Door. No, oops. 1111 Divine Lovely Series, brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene, Priestess of Lucy. I'll be your oracle today, and I'm sent to deliberate the twin flame, soulmate, divine partnership energy for most of June. So, let's get in and fit in. If you want to check the most recent karmic, false twin, distorted, yada, 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 go ahead and check the revolving door. If it's not, then go ahead in like the channel page or here on the YouTube, or go over to YouTube, youtube.com/C/@ Vertex of Abundance. Go ahead and just check the revolving door. The revolving door playlist is my point. Okay, it's an honor to have you. It's an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. Again, if anything I say resonates deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. Again, my name is Serene Priestess of Lucy. I'm the founding high priestess here at Vertex of Abundance, Temple of the Galactic Ascension. Go ahead and get in where you fit in. La-di-da and yada yada. Let's go ahead and begin because I'm feeling the messages coming. We're going to go ahead and get the ascending energy here. So we already have the Prince, the Ninth. I was hearing Page of Wands. So somebody's feeling bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, maybe bold, courageous. And pardon me just for a second. Little clicking noise, it hits on my plug. Okay, so let me make sure we got that. Okay, Bluetooth is on. Okay, so somebody was feeling bright on a bushy tail. They wanted to stand their ground, maybe get out there and get something going on, cut it up in some kind of way. They might have been feeling charismatic. They might have been feeling chemistry for something, someone. Attracted to something or feeling some kind of chicka bow wow. Is that what it is? I feel like we're coming out of some kind of isolation. Things are starting to reverse, shift. Something might have been diverted in terms of our energy, frequency, vibration, in terms of our essence, our aura, our energy. Yeah, the tables are turning. So if we were on the wrong side of something, or the low side of something, or the slow side of something, or the bad side of something, that's working itself out. The word is revolving itself. I feel like we're coming into our celestial endowment. We have the okay, now I'm hearing the King of Swords. So we need some kind of discernment. Okay. And yeah, we're going to have to be executing some kind of judgment, being boss about something. We might even need to master some attack, which would just mean manifesting out of our absolute authority, driving forward standards and boundaries, implementing them, calling them out, directing them, commanding them. Because the wool's being pulled off from over our eyes, or just people are getting separated from us. From the chaff. I'm hearing rubber hits the road. Okay, and that was the King of Swords. Oh no, they want to come. Okay, well, what do I do with that? It's not how I do it here. Yeah, so there was some sabotage, maybe. It could have just been malice, greed, envy, attack, duplicity even. There might have been some hatred, somebody trying to block, again, sabotage. And really the wool got snatched from over eyes. We had to come clear about something, okay? And I'm not feeling like it was a person. It was like we were in the wrong places. We were hanging around the wrong people. we were going after the wrong things. We were holding on to the wrong people, places, and things, environment, surrounding locations, okay? So this Three of Cups is clarifying the Knight of Wands, and we have the Five of Cups clarifying the Six of Pentacles. We were trying to manifest a vision, get something going. Maybe we wanted to defend something, maybe defend a position or mastermind some kind of, okay, I heard erection, but it's erecting a foundation of some kind. And I do want to say, usually the revolving door and the 1111 Divine Lover series, it's about a 15-minute, 20-minute briefing, up to 25 minutes. And then we go over to the temple channel, whatever that looks like, whatever, whatever that is. And it's about another hour. So it's typically about 90 minutes to 2 hours of content separated into two, that 15 to 25, and then the remainder. So listen, that's always been the plan. It might not have been implemented for a while because of distractions, postpones, delays, la-di-da, yada, yada. It would be best to not expect this to always be freemium, or free as you would. I just want to let you know when it shifts up, when it changes up, don't act surprised, don't get too mad, because that's always been the plan. What's happened is we've gotten used to this format, and it's gone on much longer than it was supposed to. I'm making it free this month, and I do every June or every Gemini season, because Gemini and Sagittarius is when, for this series, things get made free, public, open, accessible. In about 4 months or so, whatever the retrograde is, that is 4 months or more after the publishing date, it would be taken offline, meaning unlisted, but it won't be deleted or unavailable. You'll just have to go through the 1111 Divine Lover series playlist. Okay, so let's begin. Wow, we got a whole ass lot of cards, excuse my language. Something about God, sovereign and free. God, sovereign and free, yeah. Something about being God, sovereign and free, something about, I'm hearing la-di-da and yada yada. So there's a party, or there's a celebration, or we need to get on and pop in, or there's something that we should take pride, be excited about. Because there's God, sovereign and free, which means our divine mission, which means we answer our sacred calling. Also, there's policy, procedure, and protocol, because there's some type of traditional value. Maybe it's a religious means, a rule, regulation, procedure, policy, procedure, protocol. So we need to do things according to the book, correct kind of energy. We have La Luna, the moon here. So when you have, and it's clarifying, it's the descending energy. So yeah, there were some things that needed to emerge to the surface. We might have needed to confront fear, confront ego, have a dark night of the soul. When we came up out of it, something might have been stripped in some kind of way in order for things to balance out and become fair. Okay, somebody can have their moon in Taurus. We also have the star card, that's the ascending energy. What that's talking about is we have to drive things forward in some kind of way. Again, in order to heal, in order to cleanse, in order to purify, in order to get in alignment with our spirit, karma, life path, destiny, our hope, faith, and optimism, our bigger, brighter, and better future. We had to expand in some kind of way, and that would have been our life path, spirit, karma, destiny. We had to expand the people that we were around. Three of Cups, clarifying the Knight of Wands here. We needed to get up out of some kind of energy, some kind of way, some kind of thing, some kind of environment, surrounding location. We were getting ran all over is what I'm getting. Two of Swords, clarifying the Seven of Pentacles, Six of Swords, clarifying the 10 of Pentacles here. Yeah, so we needed to drive forward in some kind of way, quite frankly. We weren't getting the picture. We weren't getting with the program. We weren't hearing it for whatever reason. We were being prompted to move on, move forward, leaving something behind. We were also being prepared. We were being told by the universe, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. So you ain't got, stay ready, really. So you ain't got to get ready. And we weren't picking that up fast enough, whatever that was. There was some cold, harsh truth, or just some basic truth. And we needed discernment because it wasn't about the facts, it was how we felt about the facts. It wasn't what we were being told, it's how we felt about what we were being told. So it was about discernment we weren't getting with the program. And that's what that is. So now we have this Hermit card as the ascending energy. It's clarifying for me the Seven of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. So we, or the universe, was planting seeds. We were trying to sow so we could harvest, and that is exactly what happens. We do become priest-like, or we do become of the brotherhood, which here specifically priesthood, brotherhood is the same. With this card, okay. So it's also saying that we had to go within, find soul's wisdom, align to the universal oneness. We might have had to withdraw from external energies. We might have had to get steady on that grind kind of deal. I'm not really seeing the Eight of Pentacles, but I'm hearing that song. Woo, 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 woo. Steady on the grind, daily on the grind, money on my mind, money on my mind. Okay, so that's what I'm hearing. Every day is a struggle, gotta hustle some dough. Have you ever been hungry before? Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm hearing it. Okay, that's what's up. So, listen, it's about discernment. We had to plant seeds and we need the right seeds to be planted. We couldn't have no seeds of demise being sown around us because we were going to reap what we sow. But also understand that whatever we were sowing, there might have been influence, negative influence put on us. We just had that moon, and now we have the Ilkaro, the chariot. So that means that there was hidden moves, hidden motives, hidden operandi, operations. Basically, there was some kind of orchestration, machination on our life. Somebody wanted to block, postpone, delay, pin us down, bind us, or whatever. They didn't want us moving on, moving forward, getting on and popping. They didn't want us to have the blow up, the glow up. Okay, they wanted us to be usable in some kind of way, maybe mount, maybe ride, maybe dominate in some kind of way. And I'm not getting that whole enslave, repress, but I am getting dominate. And really what it is we're going to be some kind of famous teacher, or in the public eye, or we might have public service, or we're just going to boss up and glow up. Our path has to deal with teachers or teaching. It might be that we're the teacher, I feel. And this is an elder light worker, so we might be a light worker to other light workers, la-di-da, yada, yada. I'm getting that energy. And that's what's intended. It's our life path, spirit, karma, destiny. It's what's intended, like what's in the birth chart for us. Like why we were born, that's what was intended. Every day is a struggle, gotta hustle some dough. So now we have the Ace of Swords clarifying the Three of Wands, and the Queen of Swords clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. And that's the thing about the Ace of Pentacles. It talks about your North Node. So we have the 10 of Pentacles. We actually found our North Node. We're actually on the path. And so now it's starting to reconcile into our life. And the ascending energy is the La Papessa, the High Priestess, and Ilamato, the Fool. You can see the names are not on the cards here. So again, like I said, we had to come correct, La Papa, the Hierophant. We had to come correct. We had to get things on and popping. We had to be doing things the right way. We needed to be coming after things according to also the right reason, meaning the right intention behind everything that was going on. And it should be happening here. Now, somebody may have their Mercury in Taurus. Okay. They could also be a Taurus rising. But the Three of Wands is talking about truth and clarity has finally come in, actually discernment. And there's a ripe opportunity, some fruitful, abundant opportunity for the future. So we have an abundant future ahead of us because we're in alignment with the path, is what that means. And we have pure exalted insight over the situation finally. So whatever intuition is telling us we need to go with that path and trust it. And it's almost like ET phone home, where we're coming home. It's a homecoming. So I'd be interested to see the Knight of Cups come out, because also this full clarifying the descending energy is just saying that, well, yes, we have a new beginning, some kind of slate. Yeah, so we have an abundant new beginning, a fortunate new beginning. And the slate's been wiped clean in some kind of way. We have truth and clarity coming out. And that's the thing about the swords. The swords go along with air. With the Queen of Swords here, it's like the High Priestess and the Fool card. And what is this right here? Okay, but that could also be new insight, new intuition. This is a new path opening up or a new victory of some kind. And this is ancient teachings. Okay, so like I said, we were born to be some kind of teacher or high-ranking elder of whatever, what have you, la-di-da, yada, yada. Yeah, so now we have the Six of Cups clarifying the Four of Wands, and we have the King of Swords clarifying the Queen of Pentacles. So we're definitely coming into, we have the Ten of Pentacles, Ace, oh my goodness, Uri Chani. Okay, so we have these two and these two are partner energies. It's a moon. Okay, so somebody might have their moon in Taurus. That's what's up. Yeah, because this is about oath taking. And now we need to talk about this twin situation because finally it came out and we're being referenced to it. But I also want to say this is oppositional. We might not be in contact with our person. We might be at ends with somebody. We might have to deal with an enemy or two before we come into twin flame union. A lot of the real twins, 2020 twin twins, are being kind of kept at bay because we're going through it and they need to be shielded, protected, really kind of somewhat pseudo off the radar, somewhat pseudo, sort of, not really, but really kind of off the radar so that the enemy, the adversary, the opponent, doesn't quite know about them. They kind of have to stay off the periphery of any kind of foreshadowing, foretelling, even fortune telling, tea leaves, tarot cards, whatever, what have you. If we barely know about them, then the enemy probably doesn't know about them, and they still might, because they actually have some deeper insight than we do, or either into us or into the future, the deeper insight. So again, if you're feeling somebody, but you don't quite know where they are or how they are or who they are, or if you know who they are and they're kind of out of grasp, out of reach for a month or two, really 6 weeks, keep it popping, keep it moving, get on that, not this twin la-di-da, yada, yada, but like the soul mission, the sacred calling, the on the path, spirit calling, life path, destiny, the guided by faith, not by sight, bigger, brighter, and better future through hope, faith, and optimism, get with God. Really what it is take that oath, take that spiritual oath, okay? Take your vows, get your spiritual initiation, rewrite your sacred agreement, which is your spiritual contract with the Lord. We could talk about it more, but you should be picking it up already. This is a general reading. You're going to have to get with me one-on-one if you need that kind of clarity. Okay, but really where we're at, what's up, is really that we are coming into some kind of union. So the first union is always the spiritual union. You've got to be right with God in alignment, because twin flame connections, they're source created, and it also means that you're a vessel of source energy. So you've got to be serving the divine, because if you are in a twin flame union, what happens is you're in a spiritual union, and that union steps out of the spiritual into the physical. They're a member of the soul group. It can spiritual union will anchor into the physical through another member of the soul group. So before a spiritual union becomes a physical union, you got to be in alignment. And the best way to do that is to let God cleanse and purify you. Like I said, adversity is the catalyst for success. Conflict breeds change. Austerity cleanses and purifies. So we've got to let the Lord, let the divine, let source kind of cleanse and purify us. Grant me a moment. We've got to let the kind of cleanse and purify us so that things get out of the way, and some things are beyond our understanding. A lot of us like to do the logical la-di-da and yada yada. That's not how it works. Guided by faith, not by sight. Okay, so logic may not work out well for you because that's a whole bunch of free will stuff, and this is about divine. And if you're on and popping about you and your decisions and la-di-da, whatever, and you and your logic or whatever, what have you, that's okay, not how the divine connection works. You have to leave behind all this third dimensional stuff. You have to leave behind the astral and the mental. You need to go into the quantum, the etheric, okay? Yeah, there's some semblance of, there's a lot of soulmate energy in the 5D, but twin energy, it's an etheric cord. It's not a mental cord. Does that make sense? So you may be gold, you may be on your gold cord, and you may have stepped away from your silver cord or whatever, but I'm talking about your rainbow cord, your silica cord, your crystal cord, your, does that make sense? Your indigo cord. So that's beyond the 5D. And yes, okay, you get to be together in the 5D, but that's an energy of coming down. And when you go to your soulmate energy, that's the energy of going up. Does that make sense? So really, what I'm trying to say is that this is beyond logic. This is beyond reason. And you have to cleanse and purify things out of the way of the intuition, out of the way of the ego, out of the way of the mental. So again, if you're still going off of free will and not divine will, if you're still attached, if you haven't confronted the ego, you haven't confronted the fear, if you haven't completed the dark night of the soul, things are going to be slower and non-existent for you. But the first card out is the twin energy, and it came out with the 4 of Wands. So whatever happens here, even if we got to deal with the devil energy before all of the rest, because we have 25% of the divine partnership already present. You know, all I'm really trying to say is, even if the devil comes out before the other 75% of the energy comes out, because the temperance and the 4 of Wands came out quickly and together, there's been some kind of contact. There's been some type of union, even if it's not in the physical yet. Not only that, if the devil comes out before the other 75% of this energy does, it just means that there's more delays. I'm sorry. Every time I have a diet change, I get extra chapped. But I gotta work on that fitness. Okay, so this is what's up. I'm just putting it out there. Now we know, let's move on. So this 4 of Wands, this twin situation, also talks about spiritual bliss, and it talks about union coming or on the way. Now somebody is rushing through, rushing forward. We may have a Sagittarius sun. We may have a Pisces rising. We may have a Taurus moon. Once we take that spiritual oath though, once we get in alignment with our sacred mission, I'm sorry if you heard that on the mic. Once we get in alignment with our divine mission, our sacred calling, things are gonna move quickly. Things are gonna move quickly because clarifying this King of Wands is the Knight of Swords. So things will move quickly. I want to go backwards just for a second. Yeah, once we answer the call of the divine, once we get in alignment with God, sovereign and free, things are going to move quickly because we're healing up. So the last remnants of stuck, the last remnants of stuck on stupid, the last remnants of a maladaptive, idiosyncratic, perfunctory, extemporaneous ideology are being filtered out. and they might be stomped out, they might be cut out like a bad cancer, they might just be given up. You know, people mature, you do better when you know better. I have a feeling it's some abstract version of all of that. So we have the Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords here, and the Ten of Cups is clarifying the Page of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords is clarifying the Eight of Wands. So when we have a pair of two, okay. So I heard the Ten of Wands, and now I heard also a pair of twos. Okay, so somebody we might know already, okay? And if it's not somebody that we know already, which I don't understand how not, we did have two aces though come out already. They just didn't work. They kind of came out together, but not enough. We might meet them in a place where we're not looking for love, maybe work, maybe the gym, maybe la-di-da, yada, yada, you know. There are places that we go into where we have our blinders up. Does that make sense? For instance, when I'm on my run and I'm sniveling snot and I'm huffing and puffing, I'm not looking to get hooked up with nobody. You know what I mean? Whatever this is, whatever have you, it's gonna be at a time or a place where we're not looking. Does that make sense? If we don't already know them, but I'm also getting the energy of already knowing this person. Okay, so the ascending energy is the Magician, and the descending energy is the Temperance card. So we're going on the journey. We're going on the journey to manifest fulfillment in some kind of way, and this is lasting fulfillment. Okay, because clarifying the Eight of Wands, something is finally over, or something is finally coming out, or something is finally moving. Okay, there might have been some kind of, I heard heebie-jeebie mumbo jumbo. So there was something intentional around the energy flow with the divine partnership, whether it be physical, whether it be spiritual, that union. There was something intentional designed to confuse it. It could have been abracadabra, hocus pocus, some type of energy projection, spiritual manipulation, especially because I mistook this 2 10s initially for 2 8s, but that happens every time, or almost every time, whenever the 5, I'll talk about this in a minute, but whenever the 5 and the 8 of Wands come out, I sometimes confuse it for a 10 or an 8, a double 8. So there was some kind of power struggle. There was some type of energy exchange, probably manipulation. Or if it wasn't a power struggle, it would have been an energetic struggle, which would also just be a power exchange, going up against somebody's full force. And it doesn't always have to be conscious, you know, sometimes you're in a war and you don't even know. There was something trying to block this. Somebody had the perfect la-di-da, yada, yada, to block, you know, kind of deal. They were able to match every move we were making and really ward us off. They could have had our name in their mouth. They could have been cursing us under their breath. They could have been chanting on our name. But they were doing the perfect thing. They were lockstep with every move that we were making. So there could have been a number of years. Typically, this is anywhere from 18 months to 7 years. It could have been a number of years where we were getting bypassed in some kind of way. So the Two of Cups clarifying the Five of Wands. We'll know more about this bypassing in a moment because we have the Five of Swords clarifying the Ace of Wands. So somebody actually did want to block any kind of creative beginning. Somebody here may be a Mercury in Aries. Somebody here might be a Mars in Aries. To a lesser degree, Saturn in Aries. Somebody may have also their Saturn in Scorpio. I'm getting it's less so in Scorpio. It's like a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp, meaning 27 degrees to 4 degrees about. Yeah. 27 degrees of Scorpio all the way to 4 degrees of Sagittarius. Somebody tried to block a creative beginning. Five of Swords clarifying the Ace of Wands. They didn't want us to open up a road, to take a decision away from them, or to have options. Whatever strategy we had, they wanted to kill, they wanted to crush, they wanted us to believe in lack. They wanted to maybe crush, okay, I was gonna say crush our spirit, but I heard crush our soul. I don't even understand how that's possible, okay? There was some karma or hellfire or maybe just a demon around. So this could be a demon, or if there's a lot of people, it's some type of crossing conundrum, challenge, obstacle. Really, it's competition or karma, pettiness as well. Because of love, somebody might have wanted us to remain attached to them, not wanting us to detangle from them. They wanted to fight for our love in a petty way. They were striving in some kind of la-di-da, yada, yada. The descending energy is saying that something had to either go to an ego death after being healed. This is the end of moderation. So they might have had a long con and then had to become an open enemy with the Five of Swords, because this how these energy is working. They're definitely an open enemy now though, because they were trying to manifest something, and this is a sign of a long con. Okay, somebody was trying to get us to make a judgment call with that Two of Swords. They were of an opposing mind, and they wanted to bring us over to their side, and they were doing it through manipulative means. Okay, so yeah, they're fighting. They were, or they are fighting for our love, and so that's why they were blocking. And I don't understand that. So again, remember what I was saying. We might be obscured from the twin because they might be somewhat pseudo, sort of, kind of not really. Somewhat pseudo, sort of, blocked or off on the periphery somewhere, because we have another hurdle or two or three even to overcome before the energy is clear, the path is clear, or a lot of the BS is gone or handled up on or whatever. I'm just getting that somebody had some kind of because I was getting the energy projection, spiritual manipulation before. Energy manipulation, yeah, energy projection, spiritual manipulation before. That's, yeah. So somebody was introducing some kind of negative influence into our environment surrounding location. They wanted us to get mucked up, slowed down. They wanted us to have a lower energy, of a bad vibe. So that whatever manifestation was trying to come in wasn't attracted to us, or would miss us, bypass us all the same. But here's the deal: what's for you will not pass you by, and you really can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So whatever was for us finally got to us, because we were cleansing, curing, purifying. Okay, and it finally happened. So something got worked out. We came into some type of healing. We broadened our horizons, and we have worldwide talents that might even exist in multiple worlds, multiple realms, multiple dimensions. And dimension is just space-time. And time is the conveyor belt through which karma anchors in the physical, and space is proximate location. So whatever, remember I was saying, it found us. They were trying to prevent whatever energy of abundance from finding us, manifesting with us because they were trying to lower our energy, that's over. It's a wrap. When we have the death card and the world card, what that means is a chapter is ended, closing the book or the chapter or the page or whatever and moving on to the next, and it's a forced one. So you have the Emperor. We now have 50% of the connection here with the Wheel of Fortune, and this Emperor is clarifying the 8 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. And then this Wheel of Fortune is clarifying the 2 of Wands, and there's that 10 of Wands I was talking about. So we have the 10 of Wands clarified by the Ace of Cups. So we will be having some kind of new beginning. So whatever karma we've been through, whatever harsh reality, whatever effed up circumstance, situation that we've been through, it will bring a blessing. See, this is a new beginning, but it's of love, but it also is like a spiritual blessing. Okay, because whatever path that we're going down, it's to detangle, detach from some kind of energy. We're leaving behind probably it might have been the old masculine. I'm not getting the energy of a false. Oh, nope, I'm getting the energy of a false. So the old masculine, but it could have been a boss, it could have been a father, a landlord, somebody of authority, and it could have been somebody trying to suppress us, repress us, dominate, or enslave. There's too much Saturn energy here with the 9 of Swords, so that's cruelty. There is the right timing here now. So something had to be going over our head. Things are getting dangerous. They might be reversing too much, getting sent back to sender without our intention. Something's getting rather difficult for the other side. Yeah, just because we're uninterested or we've left something behind or we're not giving our energy to something. And if there is some kind of spiritual manipulation, energy projection of some kind, it's no longer working. I have a feeling somebody wanted us to, or something wanted us, because it could be energy attachment, wanted us to leave something behind, lose interest in something. And it was a path. They didn't want us calling in our person. And that it's need what happened. It already happened. We've already called in this person. They're on the way to us. And there was a burden, an oppression. There was a lot of pressure. Every area of our life was under siege, under attack in some kind of way, but it blossomed into some kind of beautiful blessing. Now, whatever we have, whatever we attain. Okay, so somebody tried to break us up, to block us, sabotage. We had a mess of a situation, but our mess became a message, a test became a testimony. And they tried to get us to leave behind love. They tried to get us to not detach from them, but to detach from this future person. But this is the 8 of Cups. We need the 10 of Cups. And they wanted to weigh us down so we didn't go ahead and go into this creative new beginning. But that's just the thing. They can fight all we want, but if a path is opening up for us, 2 of Wands, we're going to go towards it. We're going to take it. And that's just what that is. Okay. So this is an heir of an empire, somebody that has some kind of established system, structure, foundation that they're going to step into. It could also just mean that things are getting dangerous. So if we're not leaving behind karma, if we're not leaving behind drama, trauma, if somebody else is doing too much woo-woo, juju, like every turn of the wheel here, I'm getting an 8. And we literally just had the actual spiritual turn of the wheel. And before that, we had the spiritual turn of the wheel, the heavenly turn of the wheel. So the other side is not, things are not going to go well for them. We have the Three of Pentacles clarified by the Nine of Swords. We have the Page of Wands clarified by the King of Cups. So we have the double Mars energy. This is very martial, very warlike. And I'm seeing into the future a little bit. Okay, so Three of Pentacles is talking about working through things in this instance. There's delays and postponements, okay? So we are gonna have to wait a little bit, I'm sorry. Something's up, we can't quite get what we want or go all the way or go towards exactly how we want what we want. We do get to start though. We do get to get on the path. We do get to, and we're feeling oppressed in some way, I wanna say. And we're working on a path opening up. We're working on our options. We're at a crossroads right now, and we're devising a plan, a strategy. There might have been some kind of works. So we may have to finish something up, get something started. And it's really, we're still working on overcoming something, strength, courage, and wisdom, emotional fortitude. We might have had to confront our shadow. We might have had to finish up our dark night of the soul. Something about standing up to bullies. Really, we needed emotional fortitude, strength, courage, and wisdom. It happened. Things had to come into alignment. Eight of Swords, clarified by the Five of Pentacles. Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles clarified by the Eight of Swords. Three of Swords clarifying the Eight of Pentacles. So do you see how I'm talking about? There's an eight at every turn. But also we have the Il Justicia, the Justice card, with Il Diavolo here, the devil. So like I told you, and the devil's still an external force and it's an ascending energy. So we haven't had our last go around. And when the devil comes out after the strength card, somebody's been flicked off and they're gonna come back. It's like delousing or getting rid of a parasite, but they left some eggs or they still have a key to the house or whatever, what have you. And when we have these two eights here, it also means that well, it means that they have our number. It might not be they know how to get us or they have the strategy to tear us down, but they know how to find us. They know how to get their hands on us again. And it also means they're not going to quit. But there's a degree of aggression here. So that's not good spiritually. When you're aggressive in this kind of way, it means karma's coming. That's just the way it is. Because we're probably divine chosen, children, blessed, chosen, and anointed, favored, really. And they're doing this to us. And then when you have Eight of Swords and the Justice card, it means that somebody's going to get restrained spiritually. So karma's going to restrain this person in some kind of way. And they're going to be given an opportunity to redeem themselves. They're probably not, because the redemption card already came out, and then way later the devil comes out. So unless the past is coming back to haunt or to confront, they're going to curse themselves even more. We had the Nine of Swords. They've already been caught. Now, they've already been found guilty. So now they're, this is somebody being found guilty and being restrained. Okay. So a spiritual grand jury was convened on this opposing side. And it's already been adjudicated or deliberated. Oh, because the adjudication card came out already. Okay. Yeah, so a really big line has been crossed, and I don't even see this line. Because we had what was blocking us, Eight of Swords, Five of Pentacles, was some stinking thinking. Somebody might have been putting energy on us to restrain, to restrict, to bind, to pin us down, to leave us in a sunken place. And really what they were affecting or what happened was we fell into a financial hardship, or we became spiritually impoverished, or we had a poor or bad ideology, also known as stinking thinking, or really things just destabilized all the way down to the bottom, or opportunities weren't growing fruitful, love opportunities, abundance opportunities. But we kept working steady on the grind, money on my mind, cause I got to make it happen. Ain't nobody gonna do it for me. With this 3 of Swords, it meant we just had to keep working through flack, through obstacles, through burdens, but maybe some cold heart's truth recently emerged. Yeah, we had to separate ourselves from a person, place, or thing, an environment, surrounding, location. 8 of Swords, 3 of Swords is what this is clarifying. So we had to, we were restrained in some kind of way. Somebody or something, entity, maybe wanted, entity wanted to block us. But they already did that. 5 of Swords already came out. So this is about restraining, restricting, binding, and things evolved. There was some prickly expansion on the horizon. It is currently on the horizon. And what that's going to do is allow us to take ownership in some kind of way. And I'm sorry, this is clarifying this 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so there was the mic drop. So that's spiritual manipulation and an energy projection. Okay, somebody was chanting at us, "You're nothing, you're worthless, la-di-da, yada yada, come to my party of misery." And I'm just hearing the word fuckery, excuse my language. So the misery loves company. They want to leave us basic, broken, bunk, petty, low, bottom feeder. They don't want us to rise up, be bigger, brighter, and better. They want us to be stuck on stupid. Okay, but the universe put an end to that. The universe is clarifying this. This is the Secretary of the Universe. So this is being clarified. So yeah, and then when these 2 cards come together, it's findings. It's called discovery, is the word. Also, we have to heal from some trauma here, and we're not fully in the healing. We're still sustaining the wound, processing the wound. But now we're repelled in some way. This is clarifying the 4 of Pentacles. So when 2 4s comes out, it's shipping. I have a feeling we know who to mess with and who not to. We know who to F with and who not to. Because here's that 7 of Swords I was talking about. And that's in the future. So the discovery of who and what happened to cross the line is on the way. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So finally, slowly but surely, we have a strategy. We have cunning. Truth comes out. You know, the 7 of Swords is an alert to somebody withholding or crossing the line because they're planning an attack. And clarifying said attack is the sun. So this is enlightenment, rejuvenation, growth, expansion. It's really the solution to everything. But one thing it also does is it brings everything to the light. It might as well be the Tower card. It might as well be the Judgment card because it exposes things, but for the purpose of healing. So things have been lukewarm, placid, tepid. They might have been, we might be getting repelled from something because something is we're finding repulsive. Somebody is feeling rejected here. It's the other side. It's Niguan happen. They're not getting anything. We see them for who they are. Children's rights here. Also karma and our virtue is being recognized as well by the universe if it's not children's rights. Okay, because we were attached to a bad situation or somebody was obsessive. Okay, we were stuck in a hard place, a bad place, devil that you know kind of energy. Okay, and God had to take things into their hand, God's plan. We were waiting for the universe to come through, pull through. because we need to take a moment to broaden our horizons, okay? And it's the end. We're not going to know more than what I'm telling you. Of course, you can look if you want, but you might start to get confused at this. So on this specific matter we're talking about today, more or less is more. Really what we should be focusing on is staying on that thug thistle, that hustle, focusing on ourselves for the next 6 weeks or so, 2 months I'd give it. So not the Gemini new moon, but the Leo new moon, the Lionsgate portal. Okay. So that's just what I'm getting. And this is heavenly authority here. So it's communication with higher powers. And I keep hearing the song, God's Plan, God's Plan. Yeah, so we're slowly discovering this deception, this hidden agenda, this ulterior motive. We finally see that somebody has crossed the line here in some kind of way, some kind of shape, some kind of form. We were shipping, we were all about something, and that kind of backfired. And we're maintaining our innocence, our purity, our naivete, our innocence, really some kind of way, shape, form, or another. We might lose one single piece or aspect of that. We're getting illuminated, enlightened in some kind of way. It's to the other person or energy or entity. And yes, we may be finding out somebody who is this twin. Okay. But again, we still got a little bit more work to do. Okay. But we've come into the soulmate energy here. We already have the Temperance card. We already have the Emperor. So the Divine Masculine has shown up already. If we're the Divine Feminine watching, it's on us right now. I think we need to purge. We need to detox. Okay, because we're being warned by the universe of something, and we need to heed this warning and answer our sacred calling. Both. I feel like we've answered our sacred calling, so we're being illuminated and enlightened now. And now we need to heed some kind of warning, stay virtuous, and then things will shift even more. That's what I'm getting. God's plan. God's plan. Yeah, I'm just hearing that. God has a plan. Okay. Yeah, so we might be cleaving in some kind of way, holding on to some kind of feeling. So if you're feeling like you've lost out, if you lose somebody and you gain yourself, you win. They did what they did, you felt how you felt, and you got to let it go. Because if you're trying to recuperate, recover, rekindle, something that was harmful, that was deceitful, that was malicious, that was hidden, that had ulterior motives, agendas, where information was withheld from you, and somebody was acting against you, maybe actively, passively, covertly, overtly, intentionally, unintentionally, it doesn't matter. They did what they did, you felt what you felt. So if you're a real empath, if you're a real one, you're probably always going to be trying to heal every situation, every relationship. But if you're repeating yourself to a person, explaining a lot to the person, it's the same thing. They hear you, they're just not respecting you. They think they can override, bypass, dismiss what you're saying, probably your boundaries and standards, and see if a person doesn't like your boundaries, it's because they don't respect them. If a person doesn't like your standards, it's because they don't meet them. And if they're trying to override, bypass, dismiss these boundaries, these standards, that's a form of manipulation. And when you respond to the manipulation by explaining, re-explaining, putting down a standard, putting down a boundary, and they get all hot to trot and upset, and you have the feeling of apologizing for something that they did wrong, that's a sign you need to get out. That once you recognize this, it becomes a karmic relationship. It's no longer a twin flame relationship. A karmic relationship is a relationship where you're not being treated right, which basically ultimately comes down to you're healing apart, not together. Because either you're not getting respected, seen, heard, your feelings aren't being validated, your experience isn't being validated. And in an intimate union, they kind of do, at least your feelings can be like, oh, I see that you're feeling that. What do you need? Or what does those feelings tell you? If they can even say that, or they can say, oh, I hear you, I'm sorry, that's a problem. Also, if there's any reason why you can't be together, you get together and you live in different time zones and long distance doesn't work for you or them. You get together and they still have a wife or a husband or whatever, or what have you. You get together and they're about to die. Whatever it is, if you can't be together, it becomes karmic when you're trying to stay. It could just be catalytic, meaning, hey, you come together, you see that there's love for whatever reason, you guys can't grow together, you have to grow apart. Catalytic. If you came together and you got together, and a month later, a week later, there's something that repels you instead of attracts you, karmic. Or if you come together and you're trying to force yourself to stay together, or you come together, you get together, and you're forced apart, karmic. That's just the thing. So if you're holding on to the other person harder than you're holding on to yourself, if you see yourself slipping integrity-wise, value-wise, standards-wise, self-worth, respect-wise, karmic. And a lot of people are like, well, but I don't want a karmic relationship. Okay, let go when it's time to let go. If something comes towards you and then it leaves you, that's fine. The way that I always look at it is the vibration I was when I attracted something may quickly change because my vibration is going to keep increasing. So if I attract somebody on a Monday and I start repelling them by Thursday, it means I was getting better and they were staying the same. And I probably would have gave them the opportunity to grow, to increase their vibration. I would have held space, tried to hold the door. But the thing about it is I'm a light worker, I'm an empath, I'm a healer, I'm a lover. I have several placements in Cancer. You hear what I'm saying? You feel me? So that's just the thing. With all this Cancer energy, I have a trining, opposing, la-di-da, yada, yada, but I also have a grand trine in fire. So I'm dynamic, I'm evolved, I'm progressive, and you got to keep up. So as loving and caring and kind and compassionate I can be, as empathetic as I could be, as loyal as I could be, I still have a grand trine on fire. I have to heal through whatever's going through. So if you hurt me, I got to heal through it. If you bore me, I got to heal through it. If you excite me, I got to heal through it. I'm always going to want to rise to the occasion and slightly exceed it. And so that's the thing. You've got to let go. This is my point. Holding on to things always makes it karmic. Nothing has to be other than what it is. So if something's going on in a relationship that doesn't work for you, say, hey, this doesn't work for me. And if that's not, if the person doesn't overcorrect, isn't hypervigilant about a future outcome, karmic, okay? Because you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. What's for you will not pass you by unless you're stuck on stupid, ignorant, toxic, and malignant. So like I'm saying, you could be attracted to each other on a Monday and repulsed by each other on a Thursday. That's just because you guys were growing apart, not together. One person's vibration was increasing faster than the other one's. And that's what's up. We have the Tower card here, clarifying the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So that actually hurts. And we have the Empress. Finally, the last card out was the Empress. So we're waiting on ourselves. We have to learn. The Empress is clarifying the 7 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. So we have a position to defend. We're a warrior, Glamazon. We're highly favored and coveted. So we need to protect our energy, protect our space. And this other person, we should be a gift to them. So if they're not treating us like we're a gift, like we're a queen every single step of the way, they're out. And it's not about liking it or not, because if we don't adhere to this standard, this principle, things are going to get torn down to the ground. And if we try to hold on, they're going to be ripped out of our hands and leaving us with bloody fingernails. And there's really nothing to do about that, because that's what's up. Okay, so trickster. We were getting manipulated through duplicity. We're still vulnerable in some kind of way. The Page of Cups did come out. Okay, so this coveted position that we need to defend is because we have a pure heart, a pure soul, and we have the favor of the divine. Oh, the Page of Cups is right here. So we do need to defend our ground because we're very impressionable, and we may think we're strong and we're, you know, Xena warrior princess, but don't break our heart, man. Don't do that. Don't do it. Because we're a princess, dang it. A queen, really. Okay. Empress, La Imperatrice here. Okay. But for some reason, it's saying that our heart is very sensitive and very pure. And we have tricksters around. So people are going to manipulate us through duplicity. And what we need to do is transcend all this convention stuffiness and predictable behavior. So we've got to grow out of the common BS that we're usually into doing. We might be making excuses, co-signing, la-di-da and yada yada. We might be doing something stupid that we shouldn't be doing. Not letting go when we're supposed to is what I picked up on. Yeah, you never told me about the birds and the bees, about hiding those deep. Yeah, we're easily seduced. Don Juan. The biggest mistake was the choices I made to help me decide what's going on in my mind. In the left hand, we have a victim profile. We need to grow up a bit responsible, extreme dependency on others, not really for physical security, but emotional security with the Don Juan. The black cards can change, augment some of the meanings. So we're easily seduced here. We fall into people with a private agenda. First energy out was a private agenda, the moon card. Hidden agenda, ulterior motives. Okay, and people can come in and paint a picture. They do fancy footwork. They might pose as the starving artist to elicit pity. That's a covert narcissist, somebody fueled by their own brokenness. They have an excuse always for why they're toxic, malignant. So that means they recognize themselves, but they're not willing to change. That's just what I'm getting when I'm picking up, okay? Yeah, so this other person is delusional. They're out of touch. And we have connection to the divine, and we have that good, that juice, that indigo light, our aura filled vampire magnet. And really they want us to worship them in some kind of way, but we are the one to be worshiped. They need to treat us like a gift, a treasure. And we've overcome this lover thing. So we're no longer obsessive passion that harms, and no longer self-destructive devotion. We now have unbridled appreciation for someone or something, but it's a great passion and devotion. Okay. So let's see what this love energy is about. It better not be nasty. So the other side has to say, it's safe for you to love. Okay, so really, this next person is going to be open, authentic, honest, la di da, yada yada. This is on the grounds of freeing yourself, making the effort. So we need to try again. We need to put a full hard effort into it. But again, we need to get up and out of whatever stink face energy we've been up in. Whatever malignant tumors are walking around our lives, we need to excise them like a bad cancer. We need to cut them out, surgically remove them. Calling in the soulmate. So for me, I'm getting to just make room for them because they're already on the way. What you want wants you. And again, we might be kind of isolated right now. There might be some kind of separation. We might need to kind of let go of control issues or express our love, put that out into the universe. It might not come in the way that we wanted. It might not be the person that we think that they look like or whatever, or what have you. What we've already overcome is religious factors. So we've got to get in alignment with God, sovereign, and free. We've got to get in alignment with our sacred and calling, our divine mission. We've got to answer the call, and not just of the lover of God. And we might need to go away, maybe on a spiritual retreat, maybe just to the spa. We need to go somewhere and let our mind unwind, and we might actually find this person on a retreat. Unrequited love. So this person might already be around us, but might think that the love is not mutual. They might not be coming for it or shooting a shot or whatever, because they think for whatever reason we're unavailable, inaccessible, or that we don't want them, that it's not mutual. We might need to be clearly out loud vocal about releasing our ex or moving on. They might be waiting to know that we've moved on, or that we've healed up, or that our drama and trauma is kind of over. A mature one is not going to sit there and navigate BS. They're not going to come to us or for us if they know that we got stuff on the percolating on the back burner, or we're pie in the sky spinning plates. If they know we're juggling things, they're not going to come for us. That's a real one. Okay. So it is safe to love. We do need to call on this person. Some love is unrequited here, worth waiting for. So I have a feeling that they want us. They might not actually think that it's not mutual, but they might think that the ex is still in the picture. That's what I'm picking up on. There's religious factors here. So we've also got to clear our energy. Take a spiritual bath, take an egg bath, a sound bath, a light bath, go on a run twice or thrice during the week for a few weeks. It's a different type of energy to cleanse. Even the treadmill, if you're not a runner, do something different, spend a week at the gym, tone, chant, do something to clear your energy. Put different energy than usual, not just to purge and release, but also to repel any attachments. Because we deserve love. Yeah, we deserve love. Yeah, true love is on the way. Pay attention to the red flags, not just letting people out of our life, purging, but there may be somebody around us already that's showing signs of affection, attraction, and we're not picking up on them. Our friends might know more than we do, because there's a reconciliation, and it's so far out in the future. It's not always about a person. I don't really want you taking people back from the past, but we are encroaching on a Venus retrograde. Okay, so it could happen, it might happen. Really what I'm picking up is somebody around us is gonna switch from a friend or a coworker to a lover. Okay, so somebody that thought we didn't want them or weren't available to them or accessible, approachable to them is gonna switch, is what I'm getting. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. Honey, if anything I said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and smash that like button. Take good care. Of course, this was a general reading, so you would need a divine partnership assessment, which is the product on the website, to know what's going on with you and your situation. I'll talk to you soon. Take good care. Bye-bye. See you in the next one. Bye, honey.